你好 ，Yes, Yes. Hello, Master Lee.
女士们、先生们，欢迎来到李世锋茶谈录。Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Tea with Lee. Today, with great honor and pleasure, we are having Grand Master Zeng Fanxiang. His Chinese name. Grand Master is the co-founder of I Liq Chuan and also Zhong Xin Dao. Based on Grandmaster's philosophy and idea, I created my own style called Zhong Xin Dao. So we are quite similar for the two arts. We are sharing and working on. So please, can you share with us how you dive into this 意力拳的中心道 world, and what is the character of 意力拳 and 中心道?
Yes, I'm born in Malaysia. Now I'm in migrate to United States. All right. The I Liq Chuan is from my father. My father is founder of I Liq Chuan. So of course that he learned from different systems like Xin Yi Bagua and Fangyang Lu Yi, Fangyang Lu Yi, you see, and some of the Phoenix Eyes, you see, the striking point arts, you see. So he come up with a approach, you see. Later on, that because that it's all only the mind and the body, so he just tried to make it more directly and simple. So that they call I Liq Chuan. All right. When I was migrating, because of very young, I learned it from around 12 years old. Follow my father. So in around 21 years old, we went in the tournaments. Right, we try to see how practical of the art is, you see. So in tournaments that we only can show what I call the use of it, you see, right? So in 70s we participate in karate and Chinese wushu fight and push and, all right, and for a while, you see. So when I migrate to United States, so the problem is when we teach what they call the Westerner student, Westerner, they are before it's different culture, you see, the different cultures. In 90s, I was in the United States, so the student will ask you why first. When you show him something, why this way? Why that way, is it? So we need to explain, is it? We need to explain everything. See, now you have been training, you are teaching in overseas in Germany also. All right, beginning student will ask you, is it? Why? Is it they want the answer, is it? It's different, it's a different kind of relationship. Right? In Eastern, we have more relationship like Sifu and student. But in Western, there's more like a teacher, like a coach, you see. They take you like, oh, I pay you, you show me, you teach me, you see. That kind of things, unless really someone who are interested, then they really know what the Sifu is, you see. Then they treat you as a Sifu, you see. Right now, because that I'm a Buddhist, right? I'm Buddhist. That I was in helping temple. Working in the temple, right? I was helping in the temple. So in the temple, of course, that I have more opportunity meeting those reverend high monk. They give lecture, right? Lecture retreats, talking about what they call the mind, is it? All right, about all these things, is it? Like Lao Tzu, Confucius things, is it? According to our Chinese philosophy. Because that when I learned from my father, right, there's less philosophy, more of like training action, right? Just train. Okay, don't let people hit you. You hit people. All right. It's more like a defense. You see, you train not to get hit. You see, all right. You learn to defense and hit and get into other people. You see, that's the training. That's a more important philosophy on that way. You see, right? But there's something missing. There's something missing. We are not clear, right? Not clear. Like I was talking about my father do talk about that. Okay, you must know yourself, right? You must know yourself and know your opponent, right? But when I was in the temple, right? Then we talk about attention, awareness, right? So I said, now, before we know ourselves, what is knowing first? What is knowing? How can you know? And you're knowing based on what? Very, very basic questions we ask. I ask myself, I want to know myself, but what is knowing first? Before I can know myself, right? So from here, we start to slowly explore into it, right? Say, yes. So from now, under Zhong Xin Dao, right, we talk about the characteristic. First, the characteristic of approach. Characteristic first, like knowing. What is the characteristic of knowing? Before you know this, you know that, right? You must know. You must understand the tool first. The tool. Understand the tool. Then you use the tool to know this, to know that. You see, that is my approach. You see. Then from there, because of later on, because that we in Buddhism we talk about middle path, and Lao Tzu we talk about 中庸, use of middle, right?
Yeah.
The use of middle. Then what is that? Right? And in martial arts we always talk about center. 中心, center. What is the center? Right? Like the center of the mass, the center of the gravity, the center of the whole body mass. What is that? You see? But in martial art, everyone talk about that. But how do you approach? How do you approach to understand the center? Right? We said, how do you know the center? What is the center by itself? Right? I know. Yes, we will talk about, oh, the center of this, center of the table, center of that. Yes, but what is the center by itself first? What's the character of the centers? Then if you must understand the character of centers, then you know how to approach, yes? How to approach, how to pay attention. Or else I know the center, but I don't know the quality of the centers. Right? Then we talk about, oh, okay, the quality of the centers. First, like we talk about a point. What is a point? A point? Yeah, what's the point? Now, as if we know the point, but really what's the point? Then a point must be a center. Right? So a center, we talk about, then we said, oh, no, we must able to look into the center. The quality of the center is, there must a balance from up, down, left, right, forward, and backward. That is the center. The center must have all the equal force out, the equal force back. Right? That's why we talk about all the balance of 6 direction energy. Right? Then the 3 dimensions. Because they talk about the centers, the quality of the centers. So that means what? In every body, if there's the centers, they must have 6 direction and 3 dimensions. Right? But then what's the purpose for that? 6 direction, 3 dimensions. right? Because of in Tao we talk about change. In Buddhism we talk about impermanent, right? So as Bruce Lee said that you must change with the change to be in the moment, to be present, right? 我们讲当下, yeah? Every minute, every second is now, 当下, the present. But easy to talk about present. What is the present? How can you be in the present, right? Then we talk about, oh, you must change. You must change with the change, yes? It's easy. Just change with the change. But can I see the change? Can I be with the change? It's not that easy. When you talk about change, they talk about now, the now gone already. Gone. And then how can you be with it, you see? All right? Because that is the moment. Oh, because that now through all this philosophy, through the Tao or to the Zen philosophy, they talk about how to maintain that moment, right? To that moment, like Tao talk about, everything is changing. May change, everything is changed, but excuse me. But there is one point that don't change. What is that one point that don't change? All right. They say it's the balance point that don't change. 他说是一个平衡点不变. It's a balance point that don't change. It's not that they don't change. It's because they are keep on changing. Keep on changing, maintain not to change. Right? Because you keep on changing to maintain not to change, that means that is the moment of balancing point and is a present point. Right? If we cannot see that, we cannot be with the moment. We can't see, we really can't see what is happening that happened in that moment. Right? But what is happening in that moment is what also? It's because that Tao talk about one yi that born two that born three. 就好像一无忌太极生阴阳。
对。
That means then I look into that yin and yang. But if we look at yin and yang, it's two sides. Can you really see the two? Can you see from one side to another side? We cannot see. Very speaking. Because that you cannot see one side to other side. You are only, unless you touch the side. Because that's why we talk about Zhong Xin Dao is because of the reference that we see from the center. Right? We see from the center, from yin yang, because there is a separation. The separation of these two is also that unified the two. So the separation is the neutral, is the center, right? That separate the two. So when you approach from the neutral point, this neutral point is the balancing point that hold the two together and also separate the two. Because there are constant together and constant separating. Because that is a process of change. 这个就是 the process of change, you see, because of separation, unification. That's what Buddhism talk about. Raise, fall. Come and go. Yeah. Come and go. Raise and fall. Separations and unification. Yeah. Right? Must through constant adjusting. constant balancing. Right? From here, then you only can see the two. Right? 这个就是中西道。这个就是 this is our way of approach. Our approach is to see how this works. Is it? Right? Because of if you can't understand here, you don't know how to approach. You see, that is my I won't say finding out. You see, that's my finding. You see, that's my training. That we are constantly doing that, but we're not realizing it. You see, sometimes. Is it? Sometimes we are doing consciously, sometimes are doing unconsciously, but we are not clear. So in the Zhong Xin Dao, I come up with the five platform, some stage that we need to understand. Now, okay, the first one I talk about is the three kind of knowledge. Three kind of knowledge. Knowledge is one. The three kind of knowledge. The first knowledge is that we read the books from books, right? We go to school, we listen to teacher, we listen from other people's. You say that we receive all these informations, right? That kind of knowledge. That is the first knowledge we get. The second knowledge is through all this knowledge, we process through our thinking, right? In process of our thinking, that all this data we collected, we might come up with something new, is it? Something new. But this something new is very powerful also, right? It's very powerful. But we still consider that as second-hand. Second-hand, because that this information is all from others, right? It's not the what we talk about the third knowledge. The third knowledge is the direct connect, direct in the moment, direct knowing. Direct knowing, that means it's direct observing what is happening to happen, right? That is what we talk about in Guan. We hold and observe. Guan. Chinese is observing. Guan. Yeah. All right, that is direct. But we must understand what of quality, what kind of quality must have that in order to observe, right? That's why we talk about the power of concentration, the power of attention, right? Then the power of observing, right? That's why in Zen we talk about. That's why we talk about disciplined, right? That what they call like we talk about discipline, concentrations, and wisdom. You see, they talk 戒定慧. Yeah, they talk about discipline, right? Concentration, then come the wisdom, come the knowing part. You see, right? That's why through here, you see, that. But from here we must have this calmness, steadiness in order to observe. You see, that's why they go to meditations like sitting meditation, standing meditation, walking meditation, or lay meditations to attain the peace of mind. You see, peace of mind, so we can have the concentration power to have it directly seeing the things. You see. So we must understand these three kinds of knowledge, you see. Right. With this three kinds of knowledge, of course, then we talk about the second platform is about the characteristics of nature. What is nature, right? But based on Tao and Zen philosophy, right? It's about change and impermanent, right? Tao is change, Then Buddhism talk about is impermanent, 无常, you see? And of course, in martial art, we don't talk about suffering, you see? Right? So I keep that suffering off, you see? But we talk about there is no one solid entity. No one solid entity in Zen, you see? No one solid entity, that means that there's no such thing as one. Everything is by conditions. By conditions that come together. By conditions that separate. It's about the Kungxin, it's about the emptiness, the quality of emptiness, how they come and how they, all right, they separate, you see? Right? So, but in Tao, that will be like, what Tao born 1, 1 born 2, 2 born 3, then everything is born, right? That is the very base kind of philosophy we approach, you see. But of course, if those who doesn't believe in Zen or Tao philosophy, we can't communicate. Yes, because if they don't believe that, then we can't say anything, you see, right? Because that we said the nature is changing all the time, you see. But we base on that. We base on that to study everything, you see. Right? Study the mind, study the body, you see, all these things, you see. So, but then the third platform I talk about is the knowing, you see. The knowing, like I said, what is knowing? You must know what is knowing. Then how can you know? Then knowing based on what reference, right? But knowing, we talk about knowing. Knowing is about seeing the difference. 分别 means 分别 is difference. Because of difference, I know. Yes?
Yeah.
Because of difference, I know. But the difference can be in the moment. The difference also can be, you see, my past. My past experience also can tell the difference. Yes?
Yeah.
In the moment, there's also the difference. But it's easy to understand from my past reference that I know, is it? But there is a past reference. But past reference is not the truth. Only the reference of difference in the moment is the truth. Is it? That's why we talk about you must be able to have a direct connection to see the difference. Right? That means the moment of keep on changing to see the difference. The difference, seeing the change, the separations, all right, or the contrast, or the pressure. That's why we always then, when we touch, we feel the difference, we feel by pressure, change by pressure, or change by angle, change by directions. Is it? The angle change, the direction change, and the pressure change. We know the difference from there. Right? So this is the difference, right? But now, then you know what is knowing, then how can you know? Right? So simple to say that to know, we said you must be in the present. You must be there. You must be there up front to meet. To meet. That's why we talk about 一道, 七道, 力道. Yes?
Yeah.
我们武功就是讲一道, 七道, 力道.
Yeah.
Right? Attention must be there first. Right? Attention is not there, then how can you know?
Yeah.
Right? So that means attention must arrive first, must be there first. Right? Then the energy, then the action follow. Right? That's why you must understand here first. Right? Then later on we talk about this. You see, yi qi li, you see? Then the third knowing is that you must be able to understand. You must know that your reference is, your knowing reference is from the moment or from the past. I mean, knowing from the past is nothing wrong, you see? But you must know that is your based on your past experience,
based
on your past knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you must understand, based on the past knowledge, based on your view, my past view, everyone is right by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
No one is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
你也对，我也对, everyone is right, you see?
Mm-hmm.
But if you base on the moment, based on the nature, everyone is wrong because you based on your past reference, not direct knowing, you see? But if you direct knowing by itself, everyone will see the same thing. You see? Because that nature expressed by itself, you see, it's the same, you see? It's not a matter of who see it more clearly. I see it more clearer, or you see it more clearer. You see, that moment, you see, that based on our attention. Our attention is strong, powerful. We go deep inside, we can see wider and deeper, more separation, more layers. You see, if you cannot, you only see few layers. You see, right? That is the power of attention. See how wide and how big we can see. See, right? Then the fourth platform is the mind itself, the attention, the right? Attention. But we say that attention must be there. But can you see the attention? Can you recognize the attention? Can you hold on attention? Or can you direct the attention or not? Right? You must be able to recognize what is attention. Then understanding attentions, then we must be able to stabilize the attention. Right? That means we must then the attention, then we must be able to focus. How to focus attention, see? But attention in time and space, only one occupied, only one at one time. Because that if you try to do a lot of things together in one time, the mind is jumping here and there. The mind jumps, but the mind jumps so fast. But a lot of us doesn't know. Is it?
Yeah.
But you can make an example now, right now. You smile, right? You can call those who listen, the audience can say, smile. And you smile, you put up a smile. You put up a smile and try to think and see. You smile, you try to think, you cannot think. You think, the smile stop. So to prove yourself that the mind, the attention only can do one thing at one time. So your focus must be only start with one. That's why we talk about auto meditation. That's why it's always talk about one pointedness, one first. Because from one, you connect. From one here, one must be balancing point. That one must be a balance point. That one must be a center point. That one point connect another center. That connect the stretch. That's why we talk about connecting, linking. In Chinese, the Chuan, they connect. So the connect have three things. Connect must be 1, 2, 3 also. Because connect must have a center line. The center line is the reverse line that go back and forth. Boom, boom. 来回那个 reflection. The center line must have reflection in order you understand this is the center. Right? Then with that center, there is yin and yang. The yin and yang, that because that one yang they go out to another centers must return back to complete the cycle. So there must be one line and the cycle. So then this is connected. So all our Zhong Xin Dao training must have understand this. On point of contact is 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3 that connect the center and the yin yang cycle. Right? That we never leave the centers. Right? That is the approach. Never leave the centers. Once we leave the center, because the center is where our balance point, constant changing point, constant maintaining as a moment, as a center, as a present point. When you leave the center, you leave the moment. Right? From that center, we center yin or center yang. That they never leave this. They go here, they come back, they go back here. Then this is a cycle. Change here. Right? This approach is where our very important of our Zhong Xin Dao approach, the neutral approach. This is a neutral point, a balance point, a center point, right? That constant behold. But that's why it's not that easy just to learn this neutral point. It takes some time to recognize it.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I would like to say thank you so much for Grandmaster Samchin. And actually, based on your father's great work and your great work, we young generation can somehow catch your path and to keep sharing the martial arts, maybe from China or from Malaysia to the world. As you mentioned, that your father created the I Liq Chuan, or your ancestor, and then to explain the I Liq Chuan, you developed it, you created Zhong Xin Dao. So I got a lot of inspiration from you and from your father's work. So my little approach called the Jin Dao. So that's why I was listening to Dao, Jin, Li and Jin. In China we call it Jin. 你有劲儿吗？你有劲儿吗？你有劲 yeah, Jin, yes. So
中心 yours what kind of
my
中心
中劲道 Jin.
Zhong Jin
Dao, yes. And
the same Zhong, right? It's
same
the same.
Because same Zhong, because in Henan we say, okay, good or not good, we say 中不中 中.
中不中
中 okay. Henan is 中原, right, at the center line. So we can I get a lot of inspiration also from your sharing today. But because the time, and maybe we can, in a few minutes we can restart. And then please share with, if you have your time is okay, can you share with us a little bit more? So here I just use a few words to explain 中劲道. So to explain the Dao or the Chan, the Zen, so we must be centralized. We find the 中 Dao, the middle way, the middle path.
Yes.
And then, but how to express this middle way? How to express it, how to deliver it, I use Jin.
Jin,
yes, Jin, like in China, we call, here in Henan at least, we call it Fa Jin. And Fa Li is slightly different. This is how we understand. Yeah, because Jin is the Li plus Jin. So the Li delivered by a proper path, a proper channel, it becomes Jin. So Jin is somehow the upgraded Li. So how we can deliver our Li, change it to Jin, and to deliver to our opponent, also to express ourselves. This is my little way, Jin Dao. And this is how I also get a lot of inspiration from your philosophy, because I was wondering, okay, how I also training the Shaolin Tai Chi, these stuff.
Shaolin Tai Chi.
Shaolin Tai Chi from Henan. Can we restart because the time limit 40 minutes? I will restart it.
Yes.
Yeah, please. I will stop and start it. Okay.